what's our next topic? Let's see. Online platforms, Weight Watchers. Okay, so here's my thing with Weight Watchers. If it really worked, would people have to do it over and over and over and over?
Well,
and I know diet and nutrition and keeping yourself healthy, it's an ongoing process.
Right.
But it's always interesting how people will lose all this weight and then they gain it back and then some. And then they got to go back and do it again. And the attitude is, oh, but Weight Watchers works. And I'm thinking, well, if it worked, you wouldn't have to be going back over and over.
Well, no, the problem is they fall off. What they don't realize is like there's a way you have to eat, and they teach you how to eat, and basically you're just counting carbs. And
but I don't think that they're teaching them. I really think that they're just like, I think that's the challenge with the whole weight loss and diet industry, is it tends to be very short term and very what is the word?
Oh yeah, it's very 7-week challenge. You know what I mean? And then you're done. I'm like, you're never done.
Yeah. Okay, building address has got to be different. So use my address. So it's never about like, how do we really transform these people on the inside from their mind, from the perspective of like, okay, this is not going to be a short-term thing. This is like, I'm making these changes to where it's going to be a permanent thing, right? So anyways, that's what I see. And at the same time, it's always interesting. I'm like, but they say, but Weight Watchers works.
Yeah, if they do it, I tell people any diet you pick works if you do it. You can do the Mediterranean diet, the South Beach diet, the Atkins diet, which is not my favorite, but anything you do, if you like pick up a book, read the book, do what it says, you can be successful at anything. Weight Watchers just gives you a community. I mean, when they had in-person meetings and all that, but I was like, when you're in it with other people, some people just function better that way. Like me and exercise. I could exercise anywhere for an hour a day. I'm never going to do it at my house. When I go to class, it's different. Like I'm here, everybody else is moving. I can't just sit here and watch TV now. I've got to move. And so I'm a better in-person exerciser. Some people can lose weight on their own, and some people need that community. And once they lose the community, they go back to their old habits. And, there's no diet that can stop you from doing that. You have to, learn to not do that.
Well, I guess the thing though is just, it's one thing to how do I explain it, to be on a diet, this short-term diet, right? It's another thing, I guess my point is, it's like, how do we make it more permanent? How do we do something that helps people where they can get their self back on track, where they've literally changed their mindset about what they're doing, right? I guess that's the thing I think about.
That's true. Well, maybe that's what Ula, like mindset about weight. Like, why are you gaining weight? Why do you have to keep going back to the cookies or the potato chips? So maybe that platform that might have a weight loss component also has a personal development component. So as you grow and understand yourself better, you don't fall back into that bad habit, because that's the one thing that most of these apps don't do, is necessarily stop you from going back to why you did it.
Right.
And if you're sad about personal, your trauma of your life, you have to deal with trauma. And if there's something in the ULA app that helps people process their trauma, then maybe they won't keep going back to the comfort foods, which is really, that's the whole route, that most of the things, they can help you count the carbs, they can help you find your nutrition, they can tell you how many points to eat, but they, if they're not dealing with why you ate that way, or what misinformation your parents may have given you or society gives you, so I mean, maybe like I said, an app that's more well-rounded might actually help you in other areas, even if you're not thinking that you need to focus on that area.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll have to see. I guess we'll figure it out.
I mean, I just like to tell people what to do, because some people literally have no idea. When I say start working out, they just are like, I don't even know what to do, don't have time. And I'm like, if you're doing it in your house, you don't have to be embarrassed to put clothes on. You don't have to be confused, like, am I being efficient? Or you can wear whatever you want. You will be guided through an experience. Even if you're going for a walk, Peloton has people who will walk with you, walk upstairs, walk a little faster, walk until you're breathing heavy. Now relax, and then they'll play music. Yeah. I did it for.
So are you doing those, you're doing Peloton apps? Do you like that one?
I did it because I had a free trial once upon back at the beginning of the pandemic. So that's when I
Yeah.
figured out that they had more than just the bike and the walk, the walk thing. They have everything, meditation, yoga. It's a really good app. So I mean, I like that, but then I have some sort of yoga app on TV that I never use. I had Daily Burn, never used it. I have a lot of apps I've never used. I've done a lot of free trials.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that's the best way to like figure out if it's something you really want to commit to or not. Or
Yeah.
Because they add up. As many little things as I do and have memberships to, start looking at that. I'm like, oh my goodness, how much am I really not using, or how much am I using? So, it's interesting because I have a lot of patients that have been doing Peloton. They got those last year when all the gyms were closed. The monthly membership for Peloton is more than what they were paying for a gym membership.
Oh, that's if you have the bike. If you do Peloton, it's like $13. It's like $12.99 a month. And if you were just doing the walking app or the yoga part, I mean, they have like a lot of little classes. It's $12.99 a month for the classes. Now, if you buy the bike and roll that payment into the app, that's what you're paying for, the equipment.
Okay.
But the actual app that just gives you all the little free trainer stuff, that's like $13 a month.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
Right.
No, they were actually.
They had the bike or the.
Yeah, they got the bike.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's like $40-$50 a month, which I was thinking, that's interesting because you could probably get a reasonably cost gym membership cheaper than that.
Yeah.
So.
My Lifetime Fitness costs that, but Peloton, you've got a community, but you don't have to leave your house.
Exactly.
So I mean, I think that's so like I said, some people need that. Yeah, because I even there's like a lot of doctors who are all on the Peloton app together, and they have a whole Facebook page, and so you have a community, and you see each other, and you on Facebook, you're like, hey, I saw you, and good job, and whatever. So a lot of people need that.
True.
And because me working out by myself, and if nobody sees me do it, I'm bored.
Yeah. Gotcha. I know. I'm getting my garage fixed finally. So I have an exercise bike out there that's been out there, and I probably haven't used it, that specific bike, since I used to use it all the time at my old house because I had it set up in one of my extra rooms, and I'd sit there and watch TV and just watch like a show or something while I was sitting on it. But it's been in the garage and I haven't used it. Isn't that horrible?
But you can move that inside, pay $13.99 for the Peloton app. You don't need their bike because the instructor will just say, turn it on and start spinning and then stop spinning and then go faster and go slower. Then their bike just gives you a screen. But if you have an iPad, well, you have an iPad, you don't need their stuff. So I'm like,
I know I had this whole vision for my garage and it just is, it's funny how it never got done when I got moved in. Just I had all those boxes stacked that I'd never got through until this pipe bust and it flooded all that area. So it's kind of forcing me to get the work done that I meant to do 3.5 years ago when I moved in. Yeah, what else I'd like to have is an actual sauna, a true sauna. I have a little sit-down one that zips up to your neck sauna, but I would love to have a regular full cedar. I guess they're made of cedar, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, like one of those infrared saunas.
Mm-hmm.
But I did the zip up one. I felt much sweatier in that one.
Really?
Yeah, I've done both. I don't own either, but I've done both, and I feel like.
No, I sweat. Let me tell you, I sweat a ton in my zip up one, and it's kind of cool. I'll pull it out because I can just sit it right there in the kitchen, and you can't really move because you can move underneath, but you can't really. So I put on something on the TV to watch and just sit there and watch it and sit there for 30 minutes to an hour and sweat. But I always thought the infrared, the full big would be nice. But you're probably right. I might sweat more in that. I think it gets hotter, actually. I don't know. I've never really.
Yeah, like I said, if you already have it, like I said, that was just my 2 cents. Mm-hmm. Is that I sweat it really good. If you're just trying to like detox, the little zip up one is very adequate.
Yeah, no, and that's a good point, and that's usually what I'm using it for. So for some reason, it seems like anytime I feel a little run down or let's see, it just seems like it makes It really does. And I've always known that, but to really sit down and make myself do it, it's amazing. That little bit of sweat.
Have you ever used a meditation
app?
Yeah.
No, I listen to a ton of hypnosis though. Usually at night when I'm going to sleep, but I haven't used any meditation apps. Do they talk, or is it just like music to kind of with certain music in a certain
both
rhythm or brainwave pattern?
They actually in the Breathe app they have one for the dogs. Our dog really liked the little dog meditation app. They have some that are just like sounds, like all those gong sounds, and then they have some where they're like, you can say, oh, I want the app for procrastination. Let me listen to a guided meditation about procrastination, or let me, and they have, like I said, they have free versions. You can I always tell people to, at least Calm has a free version, but they also have a paid. I was like, I can go on YouTube, and there people don't realize how much free crap is on YouTube. You can exercise on YouTube. Even Amazon Prime has some exercise and videos and educational stuff.
Yeah, no, that's been really cool to listen to. There's a ton of stuff